We saved spirit for last because it is the force thought to connect, to interweave between and among all of the other aspects of balanced health that we have talked about and considered so far: body, mind, heart, and soul. And now we are looking at spirit. And so it's helpful to look back even at the lessons that we have done before and revisit that concept of putting it all back together. So you heard me in the different lessons say we're pulling these aspects of health and wellness and experience apart to understand them, to focus on them, to really get in there and know what we're talking about. And then we'll put them back together. And so this lesson, this aspect of nurturing the spirit, attending to awakening and becoming more aware of the spirit and spiritual energy, is that opportunity for us to put things back together. So, we are going to look at the pyramid of awareness that we looked at earlier in this course and look at how, now that we have come to the last aspect in this course that we consider in designing and delivering the life and love of your dreams, we are able to now look at all of aspects and put them back together. On the screen, we are looking at the pyramid of awareness. So we have the mind, we have our thoughts, our ideas, the things that take focus in our minds from day to day, minute to minute. We have our bodies, our physical experiences, our sensations, that which we can absorb from the things around us in the present moment, what is happening inside of our bodies physiologically and physically, and also the behavior, the actions in which we engage in a physical kind of way. We have emotions. So, in that symbolic place of our hearts, we think about our emotional experiences and how they are affecting of the thoughts, the behaviors, and also affected by. We have our core identity, our beliefs, that introspective piece of our soul that we turn inward and examine where we've come from, where we are, where we're going, what are the influences that have contributed to who we are, what we believe, how we live, how we move through our world and our relationships with ourselves and with others. And then we have the energy space, that spiritual force that flows through us and connects us with all of these aspects personally and by extension, relationally with other people. When you have an experience, a life experience, and use this formula, this concept that we've been learning throughout this course, recognizing that we can pull things apart and examine, identify, explore our experiences on different levels in order to understand, in order to tune in order to say, maybe I need to give my thoughts a break and I need to come to a space of calm and peace and allow my body to give me a message, or give my body a break and allow my spirit to help my energy get back into a flow with excitement and creativity and joy and fulfillment. The pyramid of awareness can be a helpful exercise to do for your own personal experiences, right? So if you find yourself in a situation like traffic and you might feel frustrated on an emotional level, you might be thinking, oh, this always happens to me. I'm going to be late again. You may recognize sensations in your body, in your stomach, discomfort, sweat, heart beating faster. You might be banging on the steering wheel. You might turn up the radio. You might be frustrated. And you may tune into your energy, right? What is your energy in that kind of situation? How is that connected to your beliefs? Maybe sometimes when something happens, we have this belief of, oh, this always happens to me. And we can get stuck in those limiting beliefs. So you can think about a personal experience like that and say, when I'm in a situation that feels stressful, what can I use? What are the strategies, the tools that I can use to tune into an aspect of my identity that will help bring me a sense of comfort, ease, connection? So maybe in this example of traffic, we may think, I can't change the traffic, can't make the cars go faster. I can't make time stop and get to my destination when I thought I would. I can't control this external situation. I can control my response to it. So we may start at the body level. We may start by saying, I'm going to take some deep breaths, because that I know can calm myself physiologically. I can also start saying out loud, identifying my thoughts and emotions, because I know that when I say, I feel frustrated, I feel angry right now, it can help to lower our physiological reaction and help us feel more calm. Even in thinking about, I feel angry, we know that from another lesson, we can even break down that anger into smaller parts that may help us understand it better and give us tools and strategies to better manage our emotional reaction. We may be scared, we may be worried, we may be hungry, we may be uncomfortable, right? So we can use that example to help us in this way to recognize we now have, throughout this course, compiled a list of strategies to nurture your body, to nurture your mind, your soul, your heart, your spirit, to attend to your experiences in a way that helps you feel balanced, get unstuck from the spaces that make us feel uncomfortable and scared and stressed and in a state of panic and survival mode. Pausing, calming down. Sometimes easier said than done, I know. But you have at your disposal lots of different tools, lots of different strategies, and you can even think of them in your hand, right? So body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit. When you need to come up with a way that works to get some distance from stress, from a sense of worry and calamity, chaos, you can identify those 5 different aspects of our balanced health that we have talked about here. Calling into play your beliefs, your values, your identity, your emotional experience, your relationships, your physical and your mental experience. In a balanced way, sometimes we spend a lot of time trying to solve problems, resolve situations. And if that can happen, 100%, let's do it. We solve the problems, we resolve our emotions, our thoughts, our feelings. And sometimes it's beyond our control. And we have to recognize that calling into awareness our experiences of thoughts, emotions, beliefs can be a very first step and sometimes the most meaningful part of allowing things to not just resolve, but sometimes to dissolve. So when we shine a light on things that have been hiding, that have been lurking, that have been covered up, we pull them up to the surface, we look at them, and we recognize that by doing so, we can help them dissolve. So it's about balancing effort that we use to problem solve and resolve an issue or concern, and then to recognize that we can wait, pause, get some distance, rest, and that the power that was hiding in that energy to keep things down, to keep things hiding, to keep things secret, can be decreased by bringing them to the surface and shining a light on them. We know that this can happen personally And we can also think of things relationally that get in the way of feeling connected. And in a similar way, we can pull those things apart and recognize how we can show up in our lives in a way that is welcoming, connecting, encouraging of kindness and compassion. And also recognizing that we are able to also, when balanced, set boundaries of respect and expectation of what we need, want from other people. Being able to speak our truth, to use our voices for good and for connection. When we think about the relational aspect of our awareness, it can be helpful to think about these questions in order to inform our behavioral response. Is it true? Is it realistic? And is it helpful? Is it true? Is it realistic? Is it helpful? Whether that's a thought, an idea, a belief, a state of emotion, we can use those questions to help inform how we respond rather than react, but how we choose to respond to certain life situations.